Yeah, what up? What's going on? Let's get this shared up in a couple of places here. Go live there. Slide over here to X real quick. Go to my profile and try and pin this real quick. Didn't pop up. Maybe I have to refresh. That's interesting. Let me go back over here. Okay, post that. Okay, now we cooking with grease now. Let's see. Let me refresh this real quick. All right, there we go. Pin this up there. Okay. Um, and let me slide over here real quick. Let's see. What up, Pat? Good morning, my guy. What's the deal? I don't got that long today. Only got a little bit of time. I gotta go to my daughter's function at school. So that's that. Might bounce back though before games. Might bounce back before games even start. How about that? Pin this here. Okay. Yesterday, man. Yesterday was decent, decent. Except for man, the man. Uh, um, the Diamondbacks didn't Diamondback the way I thought they was gonna do it, man. Straight up, man. I lost some bread on them boys right there. But hit some key home run props, and you know what I'm saying. The reads were there. Definitely, the reads were there. So it is what it is. These players are human. We already know that, right? Uh, so like I said, I do gotta skedaddle in a minute. I got my daughter function to go to, but let's take a look at the weather real quick. Um, New York Mets, temperatures in the 50s, winds blowing left to right across the field at 15 to 20 miles an hour. A bit of light rain is possible, but I don't see anything that will stop play. I like Boston. Like Boston, it's chilly with winds blowing across the field, not in or out. Cleveland and Minnesota is red. I'll keep an eye on this. Not even gonna take a look at this game because I'm trying to press it for time. Detroit and St. Louis, absolute race against time here. We start dry, but I don't quite think we've got time for a full game before a line of storms move in and ends our night. Pre-game, I'll have a better read on the exact timing. If we're talking fifth inning, seventh inning, current best guess, uh, or full game, then storms arrive. All I can tell you is now that the rain chances increase dramatically in the latter half of the game, and they won't be playable once the rain starts. Winds in from right at 15 miles an hour. Philly at Colorado, a few showers around early, likely not an issue. Winds blowing in at 10 miles an hour. Um, Kansas City and San Francisco Giants winds are, as usual, blowing out at 15 miles an hour in a park that minimizes wind impact. Okay. So, it is what it is with that situation. Sliding over here, take that down to some of the games that I looked at here. Um, well, first of all, let's take a look at Jackson. I asked the questions, but I did not look at the answers. So I'll take a look right here. I told them, give me their top home run plays. They come back with Otani, Will Benson, um, Alec Burleson, Jose Ramirez, Taylor Ward. Um, it says why these picks, recent form, all players listed above have shown strong recent twins and hitting home runs. So, that's one of the reasons right there. Then I asked to give me their top plays. Money line for Chicago Cubs was a parlay piece. Cleveland Guardians plus 1.5. Parlay piece at minus 185. Uh, um, Philadelphia Phillies over 10 runs and cores, of course. Taylor Ward to hit a bomb at plus 360. They really like that. Seattle Mariners money line at minus 120. Uh, so it is what it is right there. Um, Sliding on back to where we were. Um, some of the games I looked at today, I looked at some of these games here, and if I had to look at a few, if I had to name, we don't have any lineups that are set in stone right now, so that's one thing. But looking at the games here, if I'm looking for a hit in Cincinnati, first of all, we got Dodo and Mitch Keller on the mound. Uh, I think both of these guys pitching outs are in play. Lodolo, you could definitely look at the strikeouts or whatever the case may be. Both of these teams are not will strike out versus these handedness, and Cincinnati will strike out on the road. I like to target Cincinnati batters when they're at home. I kind of like don't too much target them when they're on the road. But guys that I've been hitting with on the road or at home, you can look at T.J. Friedel or Gavin Lux at least for a hit, right? Will Benson has just been on fire, right? So he's in fuego, right? Am I betting on Benson today? Probably not, but he's just been on fire. I've seen flashes where McClain could probably hit a bomb. Who knows? I'm not betting it. Nothing for me for the Pittsburgh side of things. Pitching outs for both pitchers are in play. I don't know if I'll get there. Chicago Cubs, Miami. Ben Brown, he does have good K stuff. So you can look at his strikeouts if you want to. But as far as bats here, Pete Crow Armstrong, Bush look good at times. Nico Horner doesn't strike out, so I don't mind Nico Horner, especially as of late. Uh, Pete Crow Armstrong, if I had to bet on one bat, it would be Pete Crow Armstrong. Um, so Cal Star was here. Ben Brown throws that fastball a ton. Cal Stores will knock it out the park. I think he does have a home run off of him and tie-in. So I wouldn't mind taking Star Wars. He will strike out, but if he's not, more than likely he bat the ball. He can go. He can get busy. Ramirez, somebody you can look at as well. And then I do like uh, I do like Liam Hicks. If Liam Hicks is in the lineup, I'm gonna like him for at least for a hit. So that's where we at with that situation. New York Mets at Boston. Nah, not my whatever, right? Um, Kodai Singer. He's throwing that ghost fork, that fork ball, whatever you want to call it, right? It's pretty really good pitch. Um, Outside of that fork ball, Devers been looking good, right? Uh, his K percentage has been down as of late. We took him for that bomb yesterday. Well, I took him for 3 hits, runs, and RBIs. Took Ramos for the bomb, and we loved Devers yesterday. You can heat check Devers, right? Kodak Singer can sit him down too, but because he hasn't seen that fork, so man, it's gonna be a dogfight. Um, so on the Boston side, I probably won't take any bats, but if I did, it would probably be Devers. Dobbins should be pitching his worst to lefties, I want to say, so bump the lefties. As of late, versus pitch mix, it looked like Soto could go, right? It looked like he can go yard in one of these situations here. Lindor gets a bump as well. Uh, I'll be looking at the lefties, probably Nemo, Soto, Lindor, or McNeil. I just say the lefties are in play for me, right? Soto, Soto probably can go. right? We'll see what's gonna happen. Ryan Pepiot, where I was just left off at. Ryan Pepiot, he's pitching his worst to righties. Um, so we studied Yainer Diaz yesterday. We know he's on fire for the month of May, and he hit that bomb, man, straight up. So I took his hits, runs, and RBIs. Then I parlayed him up with somebody else with like a plus 230. So we cashed that. And I didn't even think about the bomb for him. He hit the bomb yesterday. So it is what it is. He's on fire. So I like Gainer Diaz. Walker, last 2 weeks looked like he ready to go yard versus pitch mix. Probably over the course of the month, Paredes look good. Pena looks good all the time. So if I'm taking a side in this game, it would probably be Houston or nothing. I didn't like how these Tampa Bay Rays look versus this pitch mix versus Houston, but I'm not good at picking games. Anytime I pick a game, man, it just goes south for me. If I had to take one bat for Tampa Bay, historically, Yandy Diaz has been good versus lefties, and I'll leave it at that. There was times where Caminero, or Canario, whatever, he looked good. So couldn't talk you off Yandy and Caminero. These two guys were the bats I would consider. I didn't look at nothing else outside of that, right? So I'll probably take a rain check on the Seattle game, maybe check it out a little bit longer later. We have an 8 total in that one, not too much. I was thinking about getting ready to look at this Baltimore game and this Minnesota game. I was getting ready to look at that, but I probably pass on this for weather purposes. St. Louis game, we got an 8 over under in this one. I might want to take it to look at the St. Louis Bats versus Kiter Montero. We in chorus here, so we know any and everything goes in chorus. But I'll probably be looking at these Philly bats for sure. Lefty on lefty. Schwarber has been monstrous versus lefties, but home run numbers will be inflated here, right? Colorado, we got winds blowing in, but that shouldn't stop somebody like Schwarber. But we do have winds blowing in. Um, Anybody can get busy in this ballpark. So y'all already know what the deal is, right? Bats get a bump in a ballpark like this, regardless. If you're betting for hits, runs, and RBIs or home runs, you'll see that probably reflect in the prop numbers. We got a 7.5 for this Kansas City Royals game. I need to run a check on the numbers for I need to run a check on Ramos. Anytime I see a lefty, I don't give a fuck what the numbers look like. I'm still gonna have interest in Ramos and Chapman, right? Same thing with yesterday. I knew it, right? Took him for that bomb, cashed the bomb. I had a five leg round robin home run yesterday. Um, hit 3 of them, right? And then I parlayed that one up. Had almost like a $400-500 cash out. I couldn't do it. I need to split it up. It was a $5 play. I should have split it up to $2.50 a piece for that parlay, and I could have cashed out. I could have cashed out one of them and kept one of them going. That would have been probably like a $5,000 payout for $2.50 if I would hit that. But I cashed out the round robin for about 120. So I need to take a look at Chris. I need to take a look at Ramos and Chapman versus this versus Bubic pitch mix here. Ramos is on one. I know what he can do versus lefties. I haven't turned my back on him. I just been watching him in the cut. So it is what it is. The Angels been on fire versus Athletics right now. We got an over under 9.5 in that one, and then 9.5 in this Arizona game. So maybe what I'll do here is I'm probably gonna take a look at this one here on my own here. I'm gonna just fast forward to this game here where we got a 7.5 over under. But I do want to take a look at Ramos versus Chris Bubic pitch mix right now. So I'm just gonna go straight there, right? Because like I said, I got to go to my function here at school with my daughter. So shout out to her. End of the school thing, you know how that goes. So let's go over here and take a look here. Um, Chris Bubic only giving up 3 bombs, 12 extra base hits. I'll get Bubic up there real quick. Chapman has a bomb versus him. Ramos struck out once. He's 1 for 3. They haven't seen him that much. Chapman's seen him It's probably like one game for the rest of these guys. Chapman see them 9 at bats, 5 for 9. So that's a testament to what I was saying. You know, between Chapman and Ramos, these guys can get busy versus lefties. We know this, right? These professional baseball players, and some people get on their runs. Look at the Angels, right? They cooking right now. You just got to catch the, you got to be there at dinner time. That's all I got to say, right? So let's take a look here. I'm gonna be looking at Chapman. I'll be looking at Ramos, and then I'll get off this game. So right hand hitters here, 27% K rate. Woo, scary. Oh no, oh yeah, that is Bubis. Woo, that's scary. Man, this boy been on one. Fastball 50% of the time, six extra base hits, and 2 bombs on that fastball. Let's take a look. Over the course of the season, left hand pitching, fastball. Flores got 2 bombs. Ramos got a bomb. This is exactly how he was looking yesterday. I think he might have hit that bomb on a fastball yesterday. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's what it was, right? So at the end of the day here, first play of the game. First play of the game, man. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I seen Buddy with that ticket. I knew it too. Right now, this is what I seen yesterday, and it just looked like Cook, right? It just looked like Cook. Just looked like he was about to cook, right? Like the K percentage is there for sure. He'll strike out. But if he gets a hold to it, you can kiss that motherfucker goodbye, straight up. But he didn't have that bomb, right? So he got that bomb now. It just looked like he was going to cook, right? The barrel was not there for Chapman, but everything else was there. But it is what it is. Not small sample sizes, man. I'll throw the rest of his pictures up there, and let's take a look. So, hmm. Okay, Flores. Now the strikeouts are there, right? Now here's Chapman. He got an 8% K rate in the last month. Uh, can't really take that into consideration, man. Straight up. Let me see. I can, but let me see something. That's 2 weeks. 1 week. So no barrels for Chapman. Not striking out much, but only 10 at bats. Same thing for Ramos. His barrel was there because, of course, he got 3 extra base hits. One of those were a bomb, right? So, Chapman is like boiling right now, straight up. Moving Flores, we know he can get hot and give you a bomb or two. Am I saying these guys gonna go bomb? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying. So let me take a quick glance real quick at 2024. Same pitch mix, everything. Let me see something. Chapman had 4 bombs. Ramos had 7 bombs, right? This is 2024's numbers. Ramos had 14 extra base hits and 7 bombs off this pitch mix. Chapman had 9 extra base hits and 4 bombs off this pitch mix. Uh, uh, Flores, Flores. Okay. Fitzgerald can hit lefties and righties. All right. I just want to see something, but this guy has been pitching phenomenal. So we can't rule out pitching. Right now, like I said, Ramos is on fire right now. Well, he's hot. He's warm. Definitely is. You can take a look at some of his, even the last 2 weeks, his exit velo logs here. Let's take a look. Look at that. It's pretty green, right? Let's see. Look at that shit. what was this? Strikeout, home run, walk, walk, fly out, double, sacrifice fly, double, line out, double, hit by pitch, strikeout, pop out. All green though, all green. So we'll see, right? All right. You know I'm going back to the well. You know I am. Where we've been going for 20 minutes now. Let's see. Dodgers and Diamondbacks. Let's just go there, right? Because I know I ain't gonna have enough time, right? So let's go to this game real quick, run through this game, and I'm gonna get out of here, right? So we got Landon Knack. He's giving up 8 home runs. I mean, 8 extra base hits, 3 home runs. Exit velo, barrel percentage, and hard hit is up versus Brandon Fott, 19 extra base hits, 8 bombs, right? So taking a look at the lefties, that's what I want to look and see how these pitchers fare versus his lefties. So 27% K rate for Knack, 21.9 for Fott, uh, 12 extra base hits, 6 bombs for Fott to lefties, right? So that'll be somebody like Freddie and da 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 da. So he's throwing 5 different pitches over 10%. So let's just go straight on into the Dodgers left hand hitters. Brandon Fott, slide it over here over the course of the season, and then we will throw in Fott there, and then I'll come over here. Okay. Walk percentage is down. 20% K rate. 273. Pitched good versus the Dodgers last time out. Gave up no runs. 6 innings pitched, 6 Ks. 8 bombs. Mm. San Francisco Giants. 6 bombs to lefties, 2 to righties. On the road, he's pitching his worst. On the road, 5 bombs to lefties on the road. So over the course of the season, versus pitch mix, Fonto's got 2 bombs. Freddie's got a bomb. Kike's got a bomb. Mookie Betts 5 for 14. He needs to come on with the come on. Uh, Freddie 5 for 15. Tiny 3 Ks. Some of these guys will strike out versus him. Let me plug up my computer real quick. Okay. Freddie. Freddie been a monster this year, man. All right. He's pitching his worst on the road in general. Otani's got 9 bombs, 4 of them for Muncy, 4 for Freeman, 3 for Edman, 2 for Outman. Lefties get a bump. He's pitching his worst on the road to lefties. Muncy's got 4 bombs within the last month versus this pitch mix. Otani's got 6. Last 2 weeks. Otani's got 4 bombs in the last 2 weeks. Two for Muncie, two for Outman, one for Freddie. Freddie batting 273. Freeman got a high ass K rate versus this pitch mix. All of them really pretty much striking out, but the barrels are there. Freeman barrel was down last 2 weeks. Last week, Tiny 2 bombs, Muncie 2 bombs. Hmm. K percentages are up except for Muncie. Hmm. These righties here. Mookie Betts. He's throwing changeup, curveball, fastball, sinker, sweeper. 5 pitches. Mookie Betts barrel percentage is down. K percentage over the course of the season is down. So I really like that. Right, no striking out with a 300 batting average. Last month, let's see. So Pajes got 3 bombs in the last month, 18 for 52. Mookie Betts 15 for 949. That's nice. It's pretty nice. They might get Teoscar back today, so keep an eye out on that. I think they get Teoscar back today, and Mookie Betts with a 7% K rate last month. Pajes 10 for 29 last 2 weeks. Mookie Betts 8 for 25. Pajes 4 for 10. He's batting 400 with 2 bombs versus pitch mix in the last week. Um, Low K rate for him and Mookie Betts. Pajes been balling. Coming down to the last week, Pajes looked like he's been pretty much warm versus this pitch mix all season long. Gonna see who's gonna be in this lineup because I think they get Teoscar back today. Um, Otani's been cold. I think, yeah. Okay. Arizona and I'm out. Straight to Landon Knack. Right hand hitters, Landon Knack. Forrester base hits, 2 bombs. Okay, fastball and slider. Oh my. Shit. This game, fuck around and go over. His pitching is worse to righties at home. Um, he got a 324 batting average to righties. Home versus righties. He got a 400 batting average to home versus righties. Mm, so far. ERA 5.9. He's given up 5 runs or better twice out of 2 of his 5 starts. Athletics. Washington got to him. Giving up 2 bombs at Athletics at home. Pitching for the Dodgers ain't been all that. Okay, so let's see. Let's just get these pitchers in there, right? So I can bounce. So let's go to player hitting stats here. Arizona righties, Landon Knack, get him in there, and bang. Um, Suarez got 8 bombs, man. 8 bombs off this pitch mix. He's only throwing fastball and a slider, so I know it's that fastball for him. Um, should be. So Suarez definitely looks like somebody we can definitely take a look at there. Last 3 weeks, Gurriel 9 for 27, 7 for 21, and then Suarez 7 for 21, 2 bombs for him and 1 bomb for Uriel. Suarez all green across the board. Fly ball is up. Both of these guys' K percentage are respectable. That's the last 3 weeks. Come back to the last 2 weeks. See where the bombs at. Suarez, last 2 weeks, he's got 2 bombs. So neither him or Luris Uriel striking out. And then the last week, probably 1 bomb for Suarez. 1 bomb for Suarez. He is 3 of 7. Both of these guys are 3 of 7 in the last week. So Suarez hadn't struck out in the last week versus their pitch mix. Only 2 or 3 pitches though, but Suarez, one of those guys I'll be looking for a bomb. Got to definitely take a look at the righties because Knack is pitching his worst versus righties at home so far. So Uriel, Suarez, and whoever else is going to be in the lineup, just going to have to see. But the righties get a bump there. So going back to the course of the season here, flip it on over here to the lefties here, and then we'll slap Landon Knack pitches in there, which versus lefties, Landon Knack has given up 4 extra base hits, 1 home run. He does have a 27% K rate to lefty, so he's only pitched like 5 or 6 games. So look at all these motherfuckers; they look green as hell. So it's definitely going to be interesting, right? But they did look green yesterday. We just have to decipher through things. 6 bombs for Carroll. So definitely look good. Let's take a detailed look, fast forward all the way to the last 2 weeks. And um, Marte's got 3 bombs. Carroll's got 2, 1 for Thomas. What about the strikeouts? Naylor, 0. Um, Marte, down, strikeouts down. Carroll, he will strike out. Pepper Smith will strike out. Alec Thomas will strike out versus this pitch mix. Uh, that's where he's getting, he's got his highest K rate, landing at 27.9 versus lefties. Don't know how many lefties he's seen, but that's where his highest K rate is at. Cattell Marte 5 for 11 within the last 2 weeks with 3 bombs. Corbin Carroll 2 bombs. Like I said, Corbin Carroll will strike out with the 28% K rate, but it is what it is. If I fast forward to the last week here, taking a look there, Marte has been on fire. Corbin Carroll has been on fire as well. But these guys, they can strike out. Uh, that's the last week. Some of these guys will strike out. I don't know who they faced, but if Corbin Carroll gets a hold to it, it could be definitely be gone right along with Cattell Marte, right? So Corbin Carroll and Cattell Marte are some guys I'll be looking at. Corbin Carroll, Cattell Marte, uh, Suarez, and couldn't talk you off of Josh Naylor either. He's not striking out. He let me down yesterday. Maybe he might bounce back today. We'll see what's going to happen. I can see instances where, the over under 9.5 in this one here. I expect hits, runs, and RBIs here. Probably going to end up taking the over. It's juiced up at a -125. You got to take it now, might before it go to 10.5. Okay, so it is what it is. The rest of these games, this Colorado game, I expect it to pop off. At least on the Colorado side. So yeah, and then I got to look at a few games. So one more again, right? And I'm getting out of here. Uh, one more again. I think both pitchers here in the Cincinnati game can hit the. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? He said can I don't know, man. He probably can. He probably can. I said I'm not betting on him. I wished I bet on him yesterday. If I would have switched one of them motherfuckers out for his ass yesterday, man. Man, doing this and then trying to put your lines in, it should be wild as fuck. But Like I said, I got to get ready to go. But so far, I think there's an instance where Lodolo and Mitch Keller can hit their pitching outs, and I also think these guys can hit their Ks. Probably, right? I would look at Lodolo one to hit his Ks, Keller two to hit his Ks. Both of them have the ability to hit their pitching outs. If I had to take somebody for a hit, it would be Friedel and Lux. Benson is on another level right now, right? But I don't like to bet on Cincinnati batters unless they're at home. All four of those bombs Benson hit, he was at home. But I used to bet on Benson a lot last year, bro. So you know, it is what it is. It just was that certain split. If I had to bet on one bat here, it would be Pete Crow Armstrong for the Cubs. Ben Brown strikeouts are in play. Nico Horner looks good as of late. He's don't strike out much. Kyle Tucker's going to be Kyle Tucker. There were instances where Bush looked okay. Um, Stowers, right? I don't mind you taking him for a bomb. Um, if Liam Hicks is in the lineup, I like him for a hit, whatever case may be. You might be able to take him for a bomb. Um, Ramirez, he looks good at times. Couldn't talk about anything for Ramirez, not anything, a hit, but it is what it is. Cabrera will walk some folks. He got some case stuff here and there. He will walk some folks, will get his ass in trouble. He can give up a bomb too. He can get himself in trouble though. We got a lot of guys that will walk over here in Chicago. Um, if I had to take one bat, it would be Devers. He's been cooking. We took him yesterday. Boom, he hit the bomb. Today, I'm just scared of that Kodai Singer fork ball. That fork, whatever it, ghost fork, whatever. I'm scared of that. Lefties get a bump versus Hunter Dobbins. So Soto looked like he can go. Looked like he can go. The averages wasn't there. It just I got that feel just like I was on Ramos yesterday. It just seemed like Soto can take flight today. But Lindor, Soto, Nemo, McNeil, these Nemo, McNeil, the lefties definitely get a bump, small slight bump. So I like if I'm betting on anybody, it's going to be Soto on the lefties, right? Lindor, whatever. Pepe Roy's pitching his worst to righties. So we got a bunch of righties. They roll out 7, 8 righties every single game for Houston. Pena can't talk him off nothing at times. Last 2 weeks, his batting average flashed at peaked at around 400. So you could look at a hit or something like that. I think Pepe Roy probably only gave up one home run in his last 4 games, but it is what it is. Paredes looked good at times. There was times where Chris Walker, especially last 2 weeks, looked like he was getting ready to go yard. Looked like he's boiling, right? And then Diaz, the month of May, he's hot right now. You can look at his runs and RBIs all the way up to a bomb. The Tampa Bay Rays did not look good on paper for me, but historically, Yandy Diaz has been good versus lefties. Caminero, you can look at him as well. Don't like, I'm trash when it comes to betting these sides, but hey, couldn't talk you off of Houston. Houston, money line parlays, run line straight in this instance. Didn't check the Cubs game. I'm gonna check this Baltimore game later, Cleveland game later. I'm looking at St. Louis really, really hard. They probably can string up some runs here. It'll be small ball for me, hits, runs, and RBIs. If I bet on these guys, probably be Donovan, somebody like that. Maybe Arenado for 1.5, something like that. We'll see. But I didn't look at that St. Louis game. Philly, Colorado, for sure. I know I'm gonna like Schwarber no matter what. The wind is blowing in Colorado. We only have a 10 over under here, so keep in mind that. But this ballpark can produce runs with the best of them. I specifically took a look at these lefties versus Chris Bubic. Um, these righties versus Chris Bubic. Looked at Ramos. Ramos is warm right now, and Chapman, he's got a good history versus him. So I'll be looking at these two guys. Flores is heating up as well. Fitzgerald can hit lefties, but don't forget to take pitching into consideration. Bubic has been pitching really good. I'm definitely going to take a look at this Angels and Athletics game with a 9.5 total. So be on the lookout for that. 5. He's pitching his worst to lefties on the road. Otani, Freeman, Muncy, Edman. Those guys getting bumps, right? Conforto's got. I think he's got a bomb. We're gonna see who's gonna be in the lineup. What's the boy's name? Teoscar Hernandez probably come back today. Over under 9.5 here. You even if you don't come back, you got Hyson Kim sitting down there in that hole down there. It's gonna be interesting, right? It's probably for me. It's probably gonna be the over or nothing here. 9.5 probably gonna be the over or nothing for me. And then so Otani, I'm probably gonna take him for a bomb. He's got I don't know how many bombs he got off him. Freeman looks good Betts look good as well versus pitch mix. Probably one of the best pitch mixers seen him look good versus all season since the season started. Um, Arizona, Knack. Knack is pitching his worst to righties. Suarez gets a bump. Well, I would look at Suarez for a bomb or nothing, right? Uriel, last 2 weeks, averages up versus pitch mix. And Carroll and Marte just look great, as always. Naylor, last 2 weeks, hadn't struck out versus pitch mix. Arizona did me dirty yesterday. I would love to. I'm probably going to stack up this game with hits, runs, and RBIs all the way across the board, right? Um, Yesterday, I took Will Smith 2 RBIs. I took 2 RBIs for Ramos. Both of them cashed. I straight betting them, and then I put them in a parlay with Naylor, um, Will Smith, and Ramos. 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. 2 RBIs apiece. It didn't cash. I should have round robbing them because 2 RBIs is like plus 400. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Right now, you could get 2 RBI for Otani and get better odds to that than a home run for Otani. So it is what it is with that situation. And that's about sums it up. Jack Jackson, I asked him, give me his top home run plays. He gave me Otani, Will Benson, Alec Burleson, Jose Ramirez, Taylor Ward. And then I told them to give me their top bets for today. They gave me the Cubs money line parlay piece, Cleveland Guardians plus 1.5, minus 185 parlay piece. Philadelphia Phillies over 10 runs. Taylor Ward to hit a bomb plus 360. They really like Taylor Ward. Seattle Mariners money line. And that's what they gave me. I didn't ask it for anything else today. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more time tomorrow. I got to get up out of here though. Peace out, y'all. Peace.